Hey everybody, so welcome to the channel. So I just want to get a quick message out. Like a lot of people, when they invest and they trade, they really don't stick to the plan and they don't stay long term in certain things. So you miss out a lot of the market upside or a company's upside, or they just day trade things. And then I've done that for part of my life, and you kind of regret it. And recently I've just kind of learned to invest more like how Buffett does. Let your money work harder than what that your job's going to pay you. Let your money, instead of working hard all the time, um, every day, just you do that as well, but also have your money grow for you as well. So put it in good companies that are in the long term, like the Googles and Amazons of the day. If you bought, even at the time when the .com market crashed, even if you bought at the highs at any of those companies, you would have been way up in your money already. You could have retired early already instead of trading those stocks. So yeah, you may get that little euphoria in the beginning, little bump when you make a little bit. Maybe say you make 10,000 here, this and that, and you forget about that stock, never come back, like a Tesla. But then you're missing out on that gain that you could have had by just waiting for it to really take off. So like with me, like with Palantir, like I'm up a lot, but I don't want to. Why sell? Why sell? You make like 20, 30,000 instead of, when it's just getting good, I'd rather just be there for the long term. So, a lot of people, I made that mistake with Tesla. Life happens. That's what happened with me mostly, where you needed the money. So don't make it where you need the money at that time. Just always try to find some other income to come in to make up the difference. But you need the money, but then you don't stay there for the long term. You don't commit to the stock long enough for it to really do its thing. That's what I think we're with Palantir. We're just in the infancy. So I'm not going to make that mistake, like selling out and getting that little gain. Yeah, it's nice and all that. You can buy a new car or whatever. But why buy, just have the little car? Maybe you can, the next ladder is to get a house, or get a condo or a townhouse or anything like that, or use that money down the road as a down payment on those things. But I think you got to baby steps and stay committed to certain stocks that really have that huge potential. A lot of investors, we've made those mistakes, just selling out of the Googles, the Amazons, and this and that. But it's true, a lot of those stocks, they don't really go anywhere further than where, as far as they can go. They just have that little window opportunity, and then they peter out, or they get bought out or something. That's the most potential that they can have. So, but I don't think like Palantir or even Amazon or anything like that. Just name some up and coming company. Palantir. I mean, there's a few others, but even the Googles and the Amazons right now, I think still have a big potential. But you got to think long term, no matter what. That's just my talk here. I saw a really cool video on Buffett. Throughout his career, he stays committed to his investments. Like, instead of working hard, have your investments work hard for you instead. I mean, you could also work hard as well, but while you're working hard, you could have those invest in the company instead of the stock. Look for companies that are really quarter by quarter they're crushing it, like Palantir or even Tesla still today. But yeah, you gotta stay committed for the long term. It's like some people, there's those saying like, don't marry this stock or this and that, but sometimes it's okay to marry something that's, if down the road, 10 years down the road, you're going to be set by owning, if you catch it in infancy, like the AI and everything like that, just how the internet was, like in a way with Amazon and Google. At the time, 2000s, you're catching it in its infancy. Those are the ones to hold. But then again, some of the stocks that really shot up really crazy could have been at your AOL, and you would have had that little high sugar high, and then everything crashed like it did when Time Warner bought them out. But so you had to really get the stocks, the companies that are really the trend. They were changing industries, like how Amazon, first they were just books, and then they sold pretty much everything, and they're competing against the brick and mortar. People were buying off Amazon instead of going to this retail, which, who would have thought that happened? Most people at the time are just thinking books. The same with Google, with search and everything like that. But sometimes you just got to avoid the sugar high stocks and get the ones that are going to really take off. But I just wanted to make a quick video. If you like this video, like, subscribe. Just going back to my regular day. I want to make a better video without the crazy noise that I had in the last one. But if you like this video, like, subscribe. And not a financial advisor or anything like that. Just remember, stay long term and let those winners ride. Peace. I'll see you guys in the next one.